Coming up on Around San Diego, cold case heating up, why a 45-year-old crime is now getting renewed national attention. And a new state law is putting a lid on drinking. We'll tell you about the drink covers bars are now required to provide. Plus, the new technology in Santee that's being used to make roads safer. Hello and welcome. Certainly hope you had a nice 4th of July. Thank you so much for joining me as I take you around San Diego. I'm CBS 8's Jenny Day. We'll get you caught up on a week's worth of news and look ahead in less than 30 minutes. We do begin with that cold case. It's an unsolved kidnapping of a baby in Oceanside from 45 years ago that is getting national attention. As CBS 8's David Gottfredson reports, an age-progressed photo of the victim will now be displayed all over the country.
The next time you pull up to the gas pump, you might see and hear this video.
We need your help.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is starting a national campaign to identify this man who was kidnapped as a baby 45 years ago in Oceanside. The kidnapper was a woman posing as a social worker who drove away with the infant. Now the National Center is taking their message to the gas pump.
Kevin Verville Jr. was just 17 days old when he was abducted by an unknown woman in Oceanside, California in 1980.
The video is only 15 seconds long, but it will be playing at 29,000 gas stations in 49 states.
This is a very different way to reach people, and we think it's going to work.
Angeline Hartman is the Director of Communications for the National Center, which created this age-progressed photo of what the now 45-year-old victim may look like today. It's quite possible he has no idea about his real identity.
We don't know where Kevin Verville Jr. might be today. He could be in New York. He could be in Florida. This is a story that deserves national attention because he could be anywhere.
Last month, the victim's father spoke at a news conference along with his younger sister, who has never met her long-lost brother. The family has waited for more than 4 decades for a break in the case.
Cases from decades ago can be solved today, and that's what we're hoping with this case.
That video seeking to identify Kevin Verville Jr. will be playing at gas stations nationwide throughout July. In Kearney Mesa, David Gottfredson, CBS 8.
Oh, I hope they find him. David, thank you. We are now hearing from former President Joe Biden, who spoke at the San Diego Convention Center this week. Biden was the keynote speaker at the Society for Humane Resource Management Convention. It is the largest group of HR professionals in the world, and Biden said being president is the biggest HR job of all, and he's proud of HR professionals for creating positive and inclusive workplaces.
That's how we build strong workplaces, strong economy, strong nation. I'm grateful to I'm grateful to every one of you, helping to build a world where the workers are treated with dignity, respect, and deserve.
Yeah, former President Biden says he is keeping busy in his retirement by still negotiating with world leaders and having fun driving his Corvette. He also noted he is feeling better than ever. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer earlier this year. We are also learning more now about what Camp Pendleton Marines are doing in Campo alongside Customs and Border Patrol. CBS 8 got an up-close look at their process of reinforcing the border wall. The Marines are installing brackets and wrapping barbed wire and concertina wire to help deter illegal crossings. The Marines say they are not involved in any immigration enforcement and are strictly handling construction and engineering.
Not here to detain any of those individuals. We're simply here for operations and engineering.
Yeah, so there is no set timeline for their mission. The Marines will continue until Border Patrol tells them otherwise. Well, a new state law is putting a lid on drink spiking. Literally, bars and nightclubs are now required to provide drink lids to anyone who asks. Both patrons and police officers agree with the new law, saying that it keeps a safer atmosphere.
I agree with it. Provide the lids for the cups to prevent yourself from getting really injured or hurt. like creeps.
It could be something as simple as you're stuck together with friends up close and your drink isn't being watched. They could put it in that way, but having a barrier over it, having something protective, slows that process, doesn't make you such an easy target.
Yeah, the new law also requires that signage is posted letting patrons know that lids and drink spiking drug test kits are available. Well, frustration is growing in Mission Bay over what residents say is a lack of enforcement of overnight parking rules. Well, now San Diego police officers are taking action. In late May, San Diego opened the H Barracks lot, which combined with 4 other city-funded safe parking lots, nearly doubled the program's capacity to just under 400 spaces. It even includes room for oversized vehicles like RVs. Now with space available at H Barracks, police can enforce the oversized vehicle ordinance, which restricts overnight parking of large vehicles and RVs between the hours of 2 and 6 a.m.
We get hundreds upon hundreds of complaints regarding just motorhomes, RVs, and essentially vehicles that are parked within the Mission Bay Park, Dana Point, Robb Field areas that essentially don't move. So our goal is that everyone in the city has an access in terms of equitable, free, and safe access to the beach as we move into the summer season.
Yeah, now while the beach areas are regularly patrolled by SDPD's Northern, Western, and Neighborhood Policing divisions, the department is aiming to dedicate more resources to tackle the issue of parking violations in our beach communities. Well, Imperial Beach Mayor Paloma Aguirre will be sworn in as the new District 1 supervisor, representing 650,000 San Diegans. Her opponent, Chula Vista Mayor John McCann, conceded the election. With Mayor Aguirre's win, the board will now lean Democrat. We do have a full interview with her up on CBS8.com. Well, in the Golden Hill neighborhood, community members are speaking out against a new high-rise. It's an issue we've been telling you about since it was first proposed months ago. Now, this week, developers completed their final public presentation for a 180-unit apartment building on 3 single-family lots on A Street. The project is sparking debate about urban growth and community preservation there in Golden Hill. So the developers tell us that studio apartments in the building would be about $1,800 per month. We talked with one resident who says a large-scale apartment complex would destroy the charm of Golden Hill, though.
It's a very dense neighborhood, and it's very special because it has all these old apartments that are literally affordable for low-income people. What you're doing is upscaling a neighborhood that is very fragile and serves a great purpose for San Diego by preserving a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, so City Council member Stephen Whitburn tells us his team has attended community meetings to hear constituents' concerns, and they have relayed those concerns to developers, adding that his office has also heard from Golden Hill residents who support the project and would welcome new neighbors. We did reach out to Cedar Street, the developers behind this project, for comment, but have yet to hear back. Well, red light runners and illegal turns are not just frustrating, they are dangerous. So now Santee is using artificial intelligence to tackle the problem on Mission Gorge Road, where they say 40,000 cars travel daily. CBS 8's Abby Black shows us how the city is using new technology to make intersections safer.
I'm standing at one of Santee's busiest intersections, Mission Gorge and Town Center Parkway, where I've seen several drivers blow through the red light just in the last few minutes. Well, now the city is using artificial intelligence to better track these red light runners and other dangerous behaviors in real time, giving officials the data they need to make these roads safer.
Watch as this light turns red. Not 1, but 3 cars hit the gas and run through it.
There's always people running the red lights for sure.
With 40,000 cars driving on Mission Gorge every day, this was not a one-off, this was constant.
All these intersections, everybody's running late crossing this.
Santee traffic engineers believe they found a solution. It's called No Traffic, an AI system that combines cameras and radar to detect anything from cars to pedestrians in real time. It then adjusts traffic light timing automatically.
So if there is a left-hand turn that's backing up because Costco just opened up, it'll see that there's a lot more vehicles there and adjust the timing for that.
It's a big improvement from the old system that used road sensors that broke easily and cameras that failed in bad weather.
Your error rates greatly reduced. Reliability is greatly improved.
The results, a 20 to 30% reduction in red light running at Mission Gorge and Magnolia.
If it's more efficient, that people will stop running red lights as much, They tend to slow down because they don't think that they're going to miss the light.
No Traffic says cities like Tucson and Phoenix have also seen driver improvements with the same AI technology. And in San Diego County, the system is expanding to intersections like Hamishaw and Sweetwater Roads.
The number one thing is the intersection, first of all, the ability to know what's there. Is it a pedestrian? Is it a bicycle or a car? But also giving the agencies this awareness.
But with all of these cameras, there's privacy concerns. Santee and No Traffic both say that video and information is not shared with law enforcement.
I want to clarify that we don't record people's cars.
Santee has installed the system at 13 intersections along Mission Gorge and say that each four-way intersection costs $30,000, with plans to expand citywide.
Yeah, we've been looking for something like this for quite some time.
The goal is not just about efficiency, it's safety. By making lights smarter, Santee hopes to make its streets safer for everyone who uses them. In Santee, Abby Black, CBS 8.
Hope it does the job, Abby. Thanks. Still ahead, it is heating up outside, and it's important to know what you can do if you see a dog inside a hot vehicle. We are working for you, getting those answers. Well, one of San Diego's most iconic attractions turned 100 years old this week. Belmont Park celebrated a century of fun with a special centennial event with local leaders, including Mayor Todd Gloria, who was there. The park first opened on July 4th, 1925, and the iconic Giant Dipper roller coaster became a registered National Historical Landmark in 1987. We talked with some tourists who say they love to visit.
Being 5-6 hours away from Phoenix, it's a nice, easy drive to get away from the 110, 115 degree in Phoenix, so it's welcome weather here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Welcome to you. And Belmont is giving away 50 lifetime passes. To enter, you can buy a season pass online and you'll be entered in the raffle. It is the best. Well, now that June gloom is behind us, we are starting to see temperatures heat up across San Diego. And with that comes a warning about leaving pets in vehicles and what to do if you see one in distress. CBS 8 Shannon Handy is working for you on what the laws are and shows us how quickly a hot car can turn deadly.
It's always dangerous to leave your child or pet inside of a hot car. In the case of animals, their body temperature heats up a lot faster than ours. It's a warning the Rancho Costa Humane Society wants everyone to keep in mind, especially during these hot summer months.
It's like an oven in the car.
Cars trap heat easily and can jump to over 100 degrees in just seconds. To demonstrate, I got into one with the rescue shelter's community outreach manager, Nikki Ploss.
It gets hot quick. I'm already feeling it.
Even on a cloudy day, in just 2 minutes and 2 seconds, the temperature jumped from 79 degrees to 111, enough to kill not only a child, but an animal as well.
It doesn't really even have to be that hot to leave a dog in a hot car, a person, a baby, a toddler, all particularly susceptible to heat.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, each year heat stroke claims the lives of nearly 40 children in cars. As for dogs and other animals, the numbers are even higher. PETA says so far this year, 20 has suffered a heat-related death. San Diego Humane Law Enforcement averages between 300 and 500 animal and vehicle calls annually. Last year, they received 578. I reported on one of those calls back in 2015 outside UCSD Medical Center. In that case, the dog survived. The owner was given a stern warning.
Thank you, guys. I'm sorry.
So what should you do if you see a dog in a hot car? First, ensure it's in distress. Signs include excessive panting and lethargy. Then try locating the owner. If you can't, write down the time, temperature, as well as the make and model of the vehicle and call law enforcement. Finally, if you feel like the dog needs to be rescued immediately, California law allows you to do so.
As of 2016, the Right to Rescue Act allows a citizen working under good faith as a good Samaritan to act and remove the animal, break the window if needed, but you do need to call law enforcement prior and you need to stay on scene.
A similar law protects citizens who rescue children from hot cars. Humane Law Enforcement Lieutenant Regina Price suggests looking for an unlocked door before breaking a window. More importantly, she urges people to leave their pets at home instead of in a hot car.
A lot of times people just don't think they're going to be away from the car that long. That's when it can get really dangerous.
And somebody said, well, you know, if you leave the windows cracked open a little bit, still hot enough to kill a pet.
Working for you, Shannon Handy, CBS 8.
Yeah, just don't do it. Shannon, thanks. Still ahead, we'll take you inside the incredible archive dubbed the Frozen Zoo there at the San Diego Zoo in an Earth 8 report. Welcome back. For the past half century, the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance has kept an incredible archive, freezing the cells of multiple animal species. And it's all in the name of conservation. So CBS 8's Neda Iranpour takes us inside this frozen zoo in an Earth 8 report.
When you think of the San Diego Zoo and the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, tanks, liquid nitrogen, and vials may not come to mind.
What are we looking at here?
Okay, so this is one box from a rack in the frozen zoo.
The curator of the Frozen Zoo, Marlise Hoog, shows us that in each box are dozens of vials holding the cells of more than 1,300 species and subspecies.
You have a narwhal here.
That was kind of interesting. No one had grown a narwhal before, so we tried different techniques. We had enough material to try a few things.
Okay, and it grew. I really thought they were more like fairy tale stories, but they are real.
Real, living cells frozen in time with the hope, if ever necessary, these animals can be saved.
To see all of this right here and the potential this could have.
The potential for now and then again 50 years from now.
Each vial is filled with anywhere from 1 to 3 million cells that they grew from the skin of animals.
They attach on the bottom of a flask and they grow and divide. And it takes about a month on average until we have enough cells.
Notice right here, this is set at negative 196 Celsius. That's about negative 320 degrees Fahrenheit to keep these cells frozen. If it gets warmer than that, alarms will go off. They'll come quick and resolve the problem, cool everything down. And as another safety measure, there's a whole nother duplicate frozen zoo.
This seemingly tiny sample represents a massive miracle of science. The Przewalski horse, known as the P horse, was extinct. They needed a male to help rebuild the population. First came Kurt, a clone created from skin cells. Kurt was named after Kurt Bernishka, the founder of the Frozen Zoo, a man who in 1975 had the foresight to know banking each animal could be useful to conservation.
When the Frozen Zoo started, there wasn't the technology we have today.
Oliver Ryder, now director of conservation genetics, was there in the mid-1970s.
Tell us what it's like for you to have been a part of this for this long.
What's been amazing to watch it grow.
Then came another Przewalski horse, this one named Ollie, after Dr. Oliver.
I want to say, long life and many children.
The Frozen Zoo also added genetic diversity to the black-footed ferret, down to only 7 on Earth in the late 1980s. They are now looking ahead.
An investment in biobanking is an investment in the future.
Now asking countries around the world to also bank specimens.
It's such a rewarding job. Every day we don't know what we're banking today. One day it might be a vaquita, one day it might be a whooping crane. And our job, the technicians in the lab, our job is to try to get those cells to grow.
Seeing how far they've come in the past 50 years, leave it to your wildest imagination for what the next 50 will bring. For Earth 8 at the Frozen Zoo, I'm Neda Iranpour.
Truly incredible to see the behind the scenes there of what they're doing. That'll do it for us. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to enjoy the rest of your 4th of July weekend. Take care.